Chocho, of course, still having Flash available. And even just in terms of HP, right? TT. And good Beichuan coming through now.
Oh boy, this is getting scary. Abel and PP got very far up the lane with no summoners available, but Xiaofeng is here as well. Can they survive though? Abel's so low already. One more auto would do the trick, but he stopped flash forward from Beichuan to finish off the kill. Health bars are low. Xiaofeng could go huge here, but PP God's gonna go down. The shield isn't enough. Yes, a safeguard comes in and it's Xiaofeng for the double. Looking for more as Chocho left out. Red buff slow. Q not available, so he can't go for more.
It's such a massive improvement from some of their other games. But we are only 6 minutes in. And like we said, that 15 to 20 minute mark has usually been where OMG have faltered. So we got another...
For TT to walk into River there. Cullen going to come on through. Bit of damage onto PP God, but good shields. Oh, it's a wave. It's followed by the bubble there. As the kick comes out, the Moonlight Vigil is there, and he's got in, but punted away again. Beichuan solo on HP, and look at all of the chakrams. Run, Chocho, run! The flying ninja stars are shredding them, but 1xN finally trades it back a little bit. And after all of that, I'm pretty sure we're in basically the same spot with OMG once again starting the Drake.
And I think that sequence just showed like how awkward it is for either side to have to run in. You look at both teams' kind of 3v3 setups there isn't really any like easy guaranteed engage. Yeah, I guess maybe it still would have gone in the favor of TT, but that one should have been able to come through. And we could even still see for OMG it just getting closer and closer to picking up key items. Craziest viewing experience. It's kind of nice to know that some of these fundamentals these teams do have down, and now OMG, from all the pressure they've had in this early game so far, going to be able to convert that into a Rift Herald. Cube's going to be able to get this turret eventually just in terms of the 1v1, so we know that Herald's probably going to be used to look towards the mid lane.
Yep, trying to open that map up.
First move on the way, but that might open up for Angel to come up with the pinch.
Oh, it's on 1xN! Angel goes in behind enemy lines. It's a good ultimate coming out from the Azir, but it's not enough. And 2 kills already. OMG, just annihilating TT.
Not expecting Angel to come off on the flank. Now they're going to put up a lot of pressure mid. Herald finally comes through.
Oh, what a bubble onto 3 people here.
Oh!
Abel knocked back by the Q3 as well, but they can't finish off the kill. And now Hoya getting chunked out as the Herald just casually walks towards the tower. I'm not sure what on earth happened to the Herald during this fight, but Cube now on the front line again, trying to regain priority. Xiaofeng, bit of damage, but OMG not going to commit to anything.
Like Angel going back, he will be able to make it here in time, but I don't know if Cube can buy enough time for Aphelios to make it.
I don't think they can do this. Like, the Dragon's going to be down before Abel's in the area. It looks like they want to go in anyway. Cube is just stood in the pit. Nearly got it. Dragon went down to less than 100 HP. They're going to look for a fight instead. Cube comes in. Aphelios arriving on the scene. Abel's used the ghost to get into the play. Hoya will be sacrificed by TT. It's a Drake for a life. Baron not.
That's been one of the biggest distinctions between teams like the JDGs, the BLGs, the Wavos, the NIPs, like the teams with those superstar players. 1xN!
Well, that was overzealous. Bringing out the EU Lucian today in the LPL.
Not having the best of time, and we can see right the early kind of shutdown, the early strength going over to OMG, but TT, they know they can't give this one up, even if it is a 4v5.
Oh, again from Angel, it's onto the jungler, and that is going to be Baron basically guaranteed unless you, Chocho, Hoya can bring out some kind of miracle. Hoya moving in, but Cube just dives onto the backline, stopping them being able to move into the pit here. Smite's still available. Wait, no, Smite's not available for Xiaofeng. Oh, wait, it is. Never mind. I saw the red thing. I would have thought these two teams were the other way around. I would have thought that this was TT on the red side right now with how these two teams are playing. Not what you would have expected today. Beichuan in trouble as Xiaofeng dives in to try and protect Angel. Perhaps a play for TT. Finally going their way, but the Q lands. He finds the answer. Xiaofeng is looking incredible on the Lee Sin today. He wants Beichuan as well. Steadfast presence a little bit late, but the ward hop to safety away from Hoya. Almost found the cube. Wait a second, they're ending the game on the other screen. Abel, PP got Cube charging forwards in the base. They will be able to keep themselves in, but TT, finally a positive play on the top side, and it costs them an in-hit.
Back off and pick up a dragon. This could have been Soul Point, I mean, hell, this could have been Soul if they didn't overstay in that last fight around mid lane, but still gonna get on Soul point, still gonna have the 6K gold lead, and still just gonna be too big for the members of TT.
In the mids. In the meantime, speaking of the mids, UCal has gone down again. And this is just going from bad to worse.
Yeah, now gonna go for this 4-man push. Even Angel has TP to be able to join in. Oh, H1's ult not finding anything.
Yeah, TPing on one of the little void bites as well to get himself into the fight. That's 2 inhibs. Supers are pushing in the mid lane as well. We're very close to OMG finding themselves the first game in this series. This is a different OMG that is showing up, and Angel wants to prove it. Another great Nico engage, another start to the fight that leads them towards victory. One Nexus tower down as they slowly but surely finish the job. It's another couple of kills for Abel. It's another couple of towers going down. And it is absolutely a victory lap for OMG. Lads, take a bow. What a performance, OMG.
So we're gonna get that here once again. Abel bringing out the Tristan, I think, makes it a bit more exciting. TT, you're gonna have to be very careful of those early all-ins that are gonna come through. And Munch, I think we both know what we're looking at. We're both gonna be looking at that time when both bot laners
get to recall together, so fun little interaction. Very annoying for anyone that's playing against Irakan. But it is going to be the Grubbies taken on the top side by Xiaofeng. TT on the opposite side going to be able to grab themselves their first Drake of the game. Chemtech Drake to start things off for them. A very tempered beginning, which honestly for TT, you're more to the play. I can see where he was going, but Angel not falling for it, not going to go for the flash preemptively. And well done by Angel to read it completely. It will open up this dragon for OMG. One apiece now. And again, so far. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the whole thing is a bit weird. Like, there's raw egg in that, isn't there? Like, that's...
Yeah.
You're playing a dangerous game. But here we go. TP bot lane coming out from TT. Cube underneath his tower, just trying to clear the wave. They're not even diving him. They're just committing to getting the tower.
Is this LPL? Are we doing...
Years ago. And, like, nothing is happening for the whole game. And he's like, here we go, in the mid lane, pushing minions. And I don't know, this is just one of my favorite clips of League of Legends.
The Riv Kha'Zix clip is just, like, absolutely one of the most goated moments in League of Legends. Sorry to tangent that.
Neutral monster battle!
Let's go!
It's just enlisting Herald to help with the Drake. Didn't quite work, but you know what? I'm here for it. Just using it as a ride. It's a taxi service now.
It's actually been crazy how many times we've seen that used as a taxi service, but not even necessarily intentionally ever get out. I even remember talking to okay, I don't know why I'm expecting.
They got within 4.4 meters of one another. Lyric got excited.
There we
Here
go.
Steadfast Presence does deny the escapes. The handshake is in. We've got a kill on the screen. Patron's next, but he dashes out to safety.
We're gonna do it. We got things going on the rip, and that is what we love to see. Okay, TPs have to come out much. They have to threaten.
They've got to try. 9K on the Baron here. Angel denying entry to 1xN, and Hoya in the meantime. Cube doing the same on the top side of the play, but UCal's in trouble here. Empress Divide already going to be used, but the Baron is 1 HP. Angel goes down. They're peeling off of the Baron. This is disaster for OMG. Hoya is flanking the whole team right here, and he is damn tanky. The all-out pulls him to safety, and a bonus kill on the end for 1xN. TT tear OMG to shreds.
And TT showing us why they were fine, just sitting and farming for 20 minutes, because now it is somehow all going to pay off with the Baron, and that's going to give them the pushing power they need to really to start taking more than the one turret they've gotten so far in this game.
What a way to go for OMG. Has gone Drake up on the map, and OMG will be the ones to start it. The TT are in the area, and I think they do want to contest this one. 7K on the Drake as they back away here. OMG Are they going to commit to this one? Looks like they are. Going to go for a 50-50. No, they're not. They've got a Poppy. It's never a 50-50. Now Hoya could be in trouble. All out to try and get himself to safety. Redemption comes on through. Chocho with a big engage. This is 2v5 and OMG haven't done any damage yet. Now Baytron can move into the play. Straight onto the back line he goes. The Xiaofeng low on HP. Hoya on the front line here, but will finally go down. Chocho's next to fall, and the healing comes across the team as well. Abel dives on forwards for more, but UCal's still strong at this point. 1xN can't find the route. OMG will back away 2 for 1, and a Drake for OMG.
Baytron out, they don't feel more confident about trying to lean into that bot side river. Now we can see TT sending 1xN to pick up Dragon by himself. And OMG just not going to be in a great position to really force anything here.
This is the OMG macro happening again, where they just kind of ARAM and panic a little bit. I don't seem confident on what the plan is right now. They've started the Baron, but it's a little bit late. 1xN can make his way on over. 10,000 on the objective as Hoya moves in to try and contest. Baytron doesn't have the flash, but he can just queue into the pit. This is so dangerous for OMG. Oh, we really could have flipped the objective now. 3K on it. They've left the pit. Baytron just walks in, but it's still taken by OMG. Great smite from Xiaofeng, and now the fight to follow up. Wave across the team here, but can they find the fight? Abel out to safety here. Chocho's solo, and Abel flashes straight on top of him. The Featherstorm keeps 1xN alive for a second, but not for long enough. UCal to fall, and OMG almost wipe TT.
OMG, even with their Hestana maneuvering around with the rocket jump, now they're going to be able to do quite a bit of work to the base. Hell, 40 seconds of both carries. Yeah, they probably just win.
Absolutely ridiculous fight from OMG. So much indecision leading up to it, but they start the Baron. They get the smite. They get the fight for themselves. Phenomenal bit of play from OMG in the end. And out of nowhere, OMG find themselves a 2-0 victory over TT.
What an unbelievable... Honestly, I was going to say game.
Go with game. However, the second you miss a hook as Crisp, you're going to get chased back under your tower, and that's if you survive. Like, this is going to be brutal if Crisp is not on point with the skill shots.
Yeah, and like I said...
I would assume the LNG ones would be as well. It's their arena. Oh, boy. We're on a ward, and we're walking right into a 5-stack with a Blitzcrank. Zika going to be the first one in. He's already one-shot. Not even Udyr could survive that. I don't know if Crisp used his hook already. I assume he did, just to keep Zika in. Yeah, there's a C that's missing, though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
We're missing a consonant that I just can't seem to squeeze in. We'll return on it. We'll work on the Boctagon. Oh, Shockwave in the mid lane. Right now, Mark's moved down to the bottom side, and that is going to open up Xiaohao to go for these grubs.
Still, you can see the rest of LNG, right? Moving down. I'd especially love to see Weiwei move into enemy jungle and start getting some of that vision there, take away some of these camps for Weibo can really make...
Xiaohao is here, but this is going to be another play for Gala and Mark. Stunned against the wall. Crisp is low. Weiwei just gets out with it. Xiaohu now TPing into the play, but the stun is perfect. It saves Gala's life. Xiaohao flashing forwards, gets the stun. Magnustorm back in and a Shockwave on top, and that's a cash-in for the Draven. Go for a smite yourselves. Here we go. Ult goes in from Light. It's not going to find the Dragon, though. Weiwei grabs it, so that's one apiece to start us off.
Yeah, the big difference maker is Scout starts setting up plays like that. And they finally did. I guess we could also partially blame Chris for, if he had obviously hooked earlier, maybe they would have...
CDZ doesn't know he's been spotted. This is bad news for Rumble, but look at the damage he's doing to Weiwei. Equalizer still available, but he silenced himself early on, burning through them. Nearly gets a kill in a 4v1.
And still...
Second stun, so he would have been in all kinds of trouble. Does have his Equalizer available and protects that control ward. Scout forced away from the bottom side, and ZDZ now essentially on a flank as Crisp is looking to stop Scout escaping. Scout's in big trouble. That's his ultimate. Now on cooldown, Whirling Death. So very close. The Equalizer forces the flash. And heal right now. 2 minutes until Drake is up. Baron is on the map. Weiwei just about getting away without being spotted there, but Xiaohu's found him anyway. could get dicey, and arrow goes in. It lands onto the Orianna, and that's a hell of a combo as Scout dives into the action as well. But the Shuriken wide on Xiaohu, and now Xiaohao survives. Shockwave onto two. Xiaohao still going, but finally falls here. It's like trying to get the damage out, but Zika's too tanky. Here comes ZDZ, and he has blood in his eyes. Equalizer down, but it's not really enough to finish a kill, and it's a double kill for Gala in the meantime.
What a strange fight. Coming disjointed.
Yeah, it felt like it was going to turn into more, didn't it? It felt like it was going to be a much bigger battle there. Hollow Radiance picked up on both Weiwei and Zika at this point. They're getting real hard to kill. Another arrow lands, but it's not a long stun. Chris does get a pull in, but he's down. They don't need a long stun with the follow-up from Gala's ultimate there. Very nicely done, LNG. And
I'm sorry.
No. Remember that time when I said, hey, this is 1-6 right now? I think it's headed towards 1-7. I don't think the situation's getting any better.
No. And now, I mean, Crit Bloom picked up by Scout. We said how him in a side lane is going to be one of the things that are really just menacing to Weibo. Neither is under threat of Scout, just looking for that all-in. And Scout will always have help from anywhere on the map. Oh, goes for the all-in now.
Oh, here we go. Opportunity to show what he's made of. Has the ultimate available. Shockwave comes out from Xiaohu. The stun doesn't land, but it just does not matter. A solo kill. And that is why Scout's got all the MVPs.
There was a lot of threat there coming from like the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the Poppy. But like you said, Scout able to dish it out himself at the end of the day.
Big engage coming on through. It's not the greatest target on Xiaohao, but he's still just going to burn on down. But it's a trade of junglers, and everybody else just walks away.
I'm a little bit surprised that Gollum was just able to stand in the equalizer, but what does that matter if an Enchanted Crystal Arrow can still just be, you know, thrown across and set up for the kill?
Well, Crisp is going to be the one sunned, and there's the combo coming out from Gala as well. Crisp does get his silence off, gets a knock-up, and there's the equalizer, but the Whirling Death's not going to do enough here. Xiaohao just in the middle of everyone somehow surviving, but I don't know how long this fight can go on for Weibo. Light's still alive, and Xiaohao has a blast code. He's got out, and in the meantime, Scout's forced to flash. Weibo somehow going even in that fight.
Yeah,
They're third.
I'm surprised LG actually going to be able to do this. That Poppy ult had to be like one of the least helpful ultimates there was. Weibo going to pivot towards the Baron. We've seen them do this before. This is how they've won and how they found those comeback victories.
They do it pretty quick with the Rumble damage coming on through. Half HP. Scout is in the area, has his ultimate available as well. A TP into the pit, but it's Weiwei that needs to be here. Smite's still available. They're going to get the Baron, but can they survive as well? Keep your eyes on Light because Scout is threatening. ZDZ already down. The equalizer not really that great, but Scout goes down himself. It's a huge pickup for Light, a massive injection of gold, and now Zika slowly getting chunked on down as Xiaohao in the back of the pit. He's been ignored. He's still alive. And he gets over the wall! LNG completely dropped the ball.
What was that?
Feel for that one, guys. But I just want to mention as well, in that previous fight, Chris finding the hook onto Scout, and we get to see what happens to Scout. Ooh, close one on the arrow. I'm going to hold my breath on that one as another hook lands. Zika, not really the target that you want, but Magnet Storm actually committed by Xiaohao here. Zika's still full health. There is no one.
Is thrown on top of the AD carries now when they're trying to protect these turrets. Now that opportunity isn't there.
See double spell shield on the duo AD carry bot lane from LNG here, trying to keep himself safe from a potential shockwave. Oh, but Scout is doing things in the backside here. LNG engage the fight to set up for this flank, but they might have gone in too soon here. Gets a heal onto Chris. As Xiaohu flashes forward for the shockwave, and the Whirling Death flies through the roster of LNG. And all Scout can do with the flank is clear a minion wave. It's disaster again.
This is why 9 years in the LPL, right?
He's herding him. He's corralling him into a corner. Scout should get away with this one.
Does manage to make it out alive, pushing this one forward.
All right, Lyric, I want you to pretend that didn't happen and talk to me about the 9 years in LPL. Get me hype.
No. We don't care about the 9 years right now. Scout's going down.
Boy. Scout is in all kinds of trouble. See you later, buddy. Drake coming up in a minute. Order is 0-12 in the LPL, and right now, Weibo 6k gold up. Can Xiaohu be the man to break Orianna's funk?
Xiao gonna get...
Now we're getting to full builds. I mean, Light literally already full build at this stage.
Yeah, he'll be able to stain up, like, past that poke. We do have a flank ward for Scout. He's going for the recall, so we're gonna keep our eyes on the Akali.
Ult in onto Crisp. I don't know if it's enough, and pull back onto Zika again. I don't know if it does anything. Scout in the back line turns golden. Crisp 1 HP and he's taken down by Scout. But can they finish this Akali off? Can they deal with it? Scout just gets annihilated. Where did he go? It's like a magic trick as Xiaohao chasing down on his horsey, but he can't close the gap at this point. It's 4v4. It's the most extended fight I've seen in ages, but they just can't close the gap.
No, not being able to do it. So LNG are going to take advantage, try and get this poke down. But again, you traded a mid laner for a support. Weibo's still feeling comfortable.
Certainly are. Xiao, who has his ult available. Poke coming out from Gala as Xiaohao looks for the way in, but it's a sombrero from Xiaohu. And that is going to diss one. But he'll be spotted by ZDZ. The spell shield keeps ZDZ safe from the shuriken flip. Buying space for his team here. ZDZ is not afraid of Scout at this point. He's quite happy to push in towards the enemy mid laner. Xiaohao hitting away at this Drake. 6,000 50-50 from Mount Soul could be devastating, but he's knocked away. It's not a 50-50 now as Light has to go for the cleanse. Into the pit they go, they're burning through it, and it's way to grab it. Soul for the side of LNG, and they get themselves 1-for-1 in the kills as well. Xiaohao in the middle of everyone, but Light still going strong. Chunked out, slowed down, stunned, but still catching axes, still throwing them back. Weibo walk away with 1 casualty, but it's LNG that get themselves the Soul and ping on towards the back. He could get there. Weibo, they must suspect something's coming, and there we go. They've seen Scout now. They're just going to run at him. They're just going to try and start the fight on Scout themselves as Zika goes in. Scout retreating on the top side. Xiaohu half HP. Arrow hits onto Light and he uses the QSS. He's okay for now.
Oh!
The Scout is just being burnt to death by ZDZ. The flame spitter, but Scout dashes away. Equalizer just a hair away, and in the meantime Zika has gone down. I don't know how they keep doing it, Lyric, but Weibo were doing it.
If ZDZ had thrown that out like a second earlier, I think this would have been game. They might be able to hold on with the fact that they still have the Akali up. We'll see though. Weibo,
the problem is Scout doesn't have his ultimate. He doesn't have flash available.
Right,
I don't know
actually,
how much he can really offer to a fight here.
Oh, it'll be up soon if they can buy a bit of time with this. Okay, it looks sold up.
I think they're still in the game. I don't think Weibo can end the game.
Oh!
Oh, Chris flushes in the shockwave and Scout is eradicated. Weibo, they want this done and dusted, and they might just have their wish right now.
Equalizer's coming up too. Equalizer's about to be up. ZDZ can just drop that one. Should give them free race.
Oh, Chris wants an MVP. Disastrous early game from him, but the hooks in the late game have been immaculate. Zika moves in to try and clear the wave, but the equalizer underneath Gala burning on through. That's all of the waves gone. Mark gets 2 shot by Light, and you know what, Weibo? They want the bonus kills. They want everything after this 44-minute slog. Weibo win game 1.
I'm just saying, I am offended. It's time to turn up.
Yeah. There's not been many teams that have shown this brand jungle working. BLG, the first ones to do it in one of the first games of the entire, so in fact it might have been the first game of the split. But since then, yeah, Scout's got to be a little bit careful, but as long as he doesn't use his rocket jump aggressively, I don't think Xiaohao will be able to move into the mid lane just yet. But Grub's up on the top side of the map. Weiwei's doing the Drake. So you would anticipate Xiaohao being on those Grubs, but perhaps that's what they're banking on. Banking on Scout, thinking that Xiaohao sticking around this mid lane, but he's... Oh, this could be a slow one. That was an all-out from Gala onto Crisp. They're setting up for a potential dive. Crisp uses his shield. Weiwei is here. He spots that there's no enemy jungle. The Q flashed away from. Heal comes out from Light. Now dashing out is Crisp as they turn into Spooky Ghost. The ultimate bouncing off the minions. The burn. Is it enough? I don't think it is. He's burning, and in the meantime, Xiaohao's diving mid. This top side, one auto away from another plate. However, Weiwei in the area. Ward dropped by ZDZ, and Zika gonna hold the wave away from the tower. Plate taken, but perhaps an overcommitment from ZDZ. He's not actually taking any damage from everyone, but he's not. Oh, the dodge on the stun! Who cares about executing? Just flee for your life! Blast Cone! Can he get away with this one? Zika's trying to chase with his own ghost. Goes for the all-out ZDZ so low, and the shield comes out from Light as well! I mean, he's not even that low!
already having a lot of people kind of down in the area. I want you to keep your eyes, especially on Scout on the mini-map. He's not in lane. He's just hovering around for now. Oh, Crisp,
I don't think Crisp is having a very fun time right now. Just got absolutely railed, and Scout is dead again. At least this time, the play from LNG works out as well. But Scout...
Coming into this year, again, not just this game, if you haven't seen LNG series, really, just Scout is not...
Just clean. Just so clean, as always, from Xiaohao. And in the meantime, ZDZ has decided to take the grubs into his own hands. He's going to finish off a third one here, having an impact.
They've definitely done that. Yeah, they've definitely done that so far. But LNG at least going to be able to answer in kind by picking up this Herald. They haven't been able to take a turret down just yet, but ooh.
Ooh, flash from Crisp to dodge away from Gala's ultimate. Slow down onto Marcus. Zika goes in, and Crisp saves the day. ZDZ walks out with his life. The shield will keep him alive. Crisp has a shield of his own, needs to use it, but knocked back by the Q3. And Mark finishes.
LNG, unless Xiaohao can find an angle to get a kick on someone. So it's going to open up for LNG to go for the push in mid. Does pull Xiaohu back to mid himself. So that's why LNG already started backing off, and no.
So it all diffuses as Gala has stepped up here. Xiaohu has Shockwave available. Gala's real quick right now.
Whoa!
The flash forward, but Mark answers the flash as well. But Gala dodging the Shockwave, put himself in an awkward spot. Xiaohu flashed into this, and now he's alone, taken down. And Zika, I mean, he's Cassante. He ain't scared of a 1v3. He'll take this any day of the week.
From that perspective, Xiaohu, oh, he's dead again.
Oh boy, this is, well, he does have a time catch on his team, so he's gonna be okay. Crisp could be in trouble though. He's already used his the shield will come down. Crisp, he just can't move, man. He cannot get out of these plays because the CC chain is just disgusting. Zika has overstepped though, and he's thrown the play for LNG. And suddenly we end up even.
Yeah, mistakes coming from...
Denying the soul point that you were just talking about. I will say, Ocean Soul this game, Cassante or Udyr with an Ocean Soul is a sight you do not want to behold. That sounds terrifying to me. ZDZ taking a good chunk. Honestly, the amount of damage that this team from
Udyr could potentially start moving, but a lot's just going to be on waiting for the Senna Orianna to get big enough to burst him out.
Weiwei's in trouble there, kicked back and taken down. Nice little start here for Weibo, but can they survive? Xiaohao in the back of the pit. He's waiting for cooldowns and he's taken down in the end. ZDZ as well in no man's land and running the wrong way. 2 for 1, and LNG again come out on top.
LNG committing everything down there to find those picks. Does open up.
And he is feeling strong. Drake starts now by LNG. Remember, this will be soul point if they can grab it, but Weibo, they don't want to let it go without a fight here. ZDZ on the front line as they move in. 5k on the Dragon. Xiaohao might be able to steal this. He's on that Lee Sin. I don't think he's been spotted just yet as in goes the Udyr to try and make things happen, but ZDZ's just going to die. Ooh. Crisp saves him, and in goes Xiaohao, but he misses the kick. He doesn't find his chance, and he goes down instead. That's soul point and a bonus kill as well, as Weibo in full retreat.
LNG doing a great job of making that so awkward for Weibo. So many things missed by the Weibo members. Now, soul point, they're going to be able to lean up towards top.
Oh, big combo on Xiaohu. He flashes, but he's not to safety. And LNG find a bonus pick with 2 picks.
Now LNG are really going to be able to start pushing the pace of this game. We've already been seeing how much damage their composition does. Now they can so easily force pretty much any member of Weibo off the map, and now they're really going to be able to start pulling this game apart.
They should be able to just finish this one off. Crisp here, Light here, trying to stop things, but there's really nothing to be done. LNG doing a good job. Gonna find his way back into the river here. 2 items on that Lee Sin, and he really could be the difference maker if he can find his moment. But LNG playing around it beautifully.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of what we're looking at right now, Zika is putting up tons of threat and still isn't taking up too much damage. Gala, he's engaging.
Oof. Not ideal, but look at the Dragon. It's solo already. Xiaohao, this is your moment, and you've missed it. Knocked back and taken down. Jungle it down as LNG. They get the Dragon Soul, and they look for a fight as well. Zika gonna head them off, trying to deny the escape, trying to stop them running away. Great shockwave, and the railgun on top, but it's just not enough damage, and the Ocean Soul already getting so much value for LNG across this fight. It'll be a bonus kill on the top side of the play.
Yeah, and Light definitely should not be able to hold this game all by himself. LNG, we expected it to go the distance much, but glad to see LNG show some more signs of life in this game too.
Yeah, great to see LNG showing their form, showing their quality in game number 2 of the series. And Weibo, their undefeated 5-game streak comes to an end. They are finally pushed to a 3-game series by LNG.
You know, Gala and Mark won't be able to put a ton of pressure down in that 2v2. So LNG have a lot of scaling advantages there, do have a lot of setup to look for potential plays, and later on they'll be able to lean on the pressure that the Nar's putting up.
The fleet footwork rather than grasp in this matchup. Like, you know, I'm not a top laner. I don't know this matchup super well. I'm not going to claim to be a Gnar versus Cassante expert, but you'd think you'll have quite a lot of opportunity to just get those autos in and proc yourself a grasp, build up some HP over the course of the game. But I suppose wanting that sustain, make sure he stays healthy. Did Xiaohao wanted to make sure that they're not on that record. Scout getting a knockback onto Xiaohu in the mid lane. The roots are going to hit, actually. And there we go. All we had to do was say the record, and we instantly cursed his Scout. There on the ward. Light could be in trouble, though. Flash immediately, followed by a tongue lash, and gobbled up. Mark is feeling aggressive. The root comes in. The Q is there. They don't have the damage. Oh, but Gala flashing under the tower. 3 summoners, but a kill nonetheless.
Smart.
I think at this point,
yeah,
denied that by Crisp.
Not gonna be able to go for the reset, but at least finally a dragon. But again, I feel like we've seen a lot of these like later first strikes, not the super impactful. But I guess with the fact that the grubs end up being a wash, kind of just equalizes everything. Oh,
that was a bit of a weird one between the mid laners. Oh my goodness. Xiaohu decides he doesn't want this fight anymore.
But we're getting close to first break points for LNG as well.
Oh, some big damage.
There's
trying to walk in there. We've got an all-in on the bottom side. Zika, mini Gnar, doesn't even have anything in the Gnar bar. The Q3 dodged away from CDZ, goes underneath the tower, but he ain't scared. Gets the shield for the tower shot.
Looks like the answer is no so far. Zika would also be able to join too.
I think this might just be LNG taking it, but then again, Weibo showing some presence. Mark and Gala split from their team, but a TP means Weibo suddenly in quite an awkward position to take this fight. Herald down to 1,000 as it's taken in the end. Weibo grabbed the Herald. I don't think they'll get the eye, and I don't think they'll get a fight either. They're trying to flee for their lives, but the slow comes down onto Xiaohao. Zika can't quite chase it. Xiaohu Valkyries to safety. Weibo, bit of a hit and run on Herald. Take down the objective.
Yes, they technically did. They got a tower? Oh,
yeah, I'd say they did. I'd say they did. Oh, I don't think they'll come out on top of this play, though. Xiaohu has the flash, but no way out of this one. What is that damage? Yes, he took a turret shot as well. Well, that's pre-malignant. He's already starting to hit. There's now the counterplay on the bottom side of the map. Weibo want a solo laner of their own. Zika gets a knockback, but knocked back himself. And will be taken down. Xiaohao grabbing himself the kill credit for that one. Definitely the right target to be getting the gold.
Out jump to the back line. Like, there's a Tahm Kench, there is a Maokai, there's an Emperor's Divide. There's so many things to stop that as Weibo.
Yeah, we've got a TP with the package. LNG have taken.
Oh!
What a crash down across everyone. But is there any follow-up from the rest of the team? There's the package. But he's totally alone. This is a disaster for Weibo. Shields across the team. They finally... No, they don't even get Scout. He's gobbled up by Mark. Light, you got to do something, and he does. Finds himself a shut down onto the mid lane, but it's traded 1 for 1 here. And in fact, 2 for 1. Weibo, they're falling apart. Gala now chasing down, has the slow. ZDZ 1 HP, but Light gets a bit of damage back onto Gala. They're burning. The W comes in. Hit. At the end of the day, doesn't matter what nearly happened, all that matters is what actually happened. Xiaohu is looking to make it happen onto Gala. Both solo laners find solo kills simultaneously here. Now Zika wanting one of his own onto CDZ. The Q3 knockback, and this is Cassante. Oh god, he's Cassanting all over him. Zika dodges away from the Q3. It couldn't have been closer.
That would have been...
The Void Krabbies, and they'll be able to get onto the Drake themselves.
Oh, and this is nice, because now they have Dragon, but as we saw, right, Xiaohu having the package, they might be able to lean up for an aggressive...
It's also just not what this build is designed to do. Like,
no, not at all.
Oh, good flash from Scout. Predicts the flash from Xiaohao. Jungle it down. That's going to be Baron for LNG.
And this is just rough now. I mean, you still have the poke to kind of play with and try and whittle them down, but I think LNG should be able to get this just fine. Looking at Chris.
Xiaohu looking for rockets here, 7k on the Baron. There is no smite on the side of Weibo, so the objective should go to LNG. We're looking at the fight, but even that is a 4v5. Baron taken, and now Weibo just in a straight up 4v5. Rockets coming on through, ZDZ pulls someone out of the pit. They're trying to find these fights, but Crisp getting whittled down here. Mark gobbles up his teammate, trying to save him as Crisp will fall. Weiwei still going on this one, as everybody's slowly falling down, but it's LNG still winning out. Probably take it as a consolation prize, but realistically they want to get sieging with this Baron, and the roots are going to set up for exactly that. Oh, the root on Corki's kind of huge, and that's some big old damage coming out from Gala in this stage.
And I'm Gala 97 stacks right now, right? He's getting massive. He's going to be there actually isn't really going to be any great person on the side of Weibo. He shut down this Kaisa, which felt like it'd have to play up more as like a cleanup AD carry into the comp it's playing against.
Does feel challenging, and I mean, this is the strength of the composition. We said it right at the start that LNG, you know, with a Senate and with an Azir, the longer the game goes on, the slower you can play it.
It's going to be a potential last stand for Weibo.
Package TP from Xiaohu arrives on the scene. You're absolutely right. I think this is the last ditch effort. Ooh, big damage onto Gala. Follow up rocket dodge though. Gala take it down to half now, but he does have a lot of sustain on that center. Drake taken by Weibo. That is soul point for them. It is a big pickup against this Corki. He can clear the wave so easily.
Yeah, they're going to have to look for an engage, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, the roots come on in, and actually they're just going to shred this tower. The cannon alone is enough. And now LNG, they take the inhib tower mid, and it looks like they'll walk away with their lives. Crisp is trying, can they get onto Gala? Crisp is here, and ZDZ on the Safari flank himself. And he's found a bird. The aviary comes up big for them. Scout taken down, another huge pick onto the LNG mid laner. Xiaohu will not give him a break today. And now Weibo with a pick onto the mid laner. Is it enough? They lost so much HP.
They're so afraid of this set on the range that Gala's playing with. They can't deal with it. But look at the minimap. Zika is being such a nuisance. Pushes top, pushes mid. They have to go for these resets and they're getting canceled.
Oh no, this is going to be kills right here. Crisp goes in just to try and start something, but he's taken down. And Weibo with greedy recalls are punished heavily, lose time.
In a play that looked like it might have been that swing, might have been a push towards the Baron. They just can't deal with the set at this point. She's just too big. It's chunked out. Now it's going to be Baron for the side of LNG, and they can keep that siege going like they were before.
It's an unmitigated disaster for Weibo. It is over. LNG in complete and utter control. And this could be the last ditch attempt here. You asked for a package timing. Well, Xiaohu's waiting in the base. I'm assuming that's for the package. TP available.
Up to this package, see what Xiaohu can set up.
Here we go. Package TP. The Safari flank once more goes to the Wolf Enclosure first. But here we go. The roots come in and it's already over. It's already over. Xiaohu's too late to the play. The rail got across the team as Chris goes down. Xiaohu arrives. Big damage on Scout. But can they finish the job? The burn comes on through and they find one. Can they keep the game alive? Xiaohu versus the world. The Malignants burning away at the minion wave as well as Xiaohu desperately tries to clear them. The Baron buff has just timed out. The minion wave's no longer tanky enough. And somehow Weibo have kept themselves in the game.
That is
for Weibo, another flank, but he's totally on his own. Buffers a lot of the CC, but not all of it. There's just too much. All out, but it's into the entire team of LNG. There's nothing ZDZ could do about it. 4v5 now on the map.
Desperation coming out from Weibo. I mean, as it needs to, right? You're 10k gold down there trying to find the plays, but now LNG should just be able to march it forward towards the Nexus.
Xiaohu, big hit onto Gala there. And he needs a few more of those if he's going to hold on to this game for his team right here. Mark doesn't even notice the rocket hitting him. These Kainic Ruckans across the team getting so much value as light. Literally just tickling Mark. At this point, Zika goes in and Weibo go out. Phenomenal engage from the top laner of LNG. Scout finishing the job here, and LNG, they're finally back on the map as they take down the undefeated